The rain fell in angry sheets that night, pounding against the broken windows of the old neighborhood like it was trying to wash away all the sins it had seen. Through the storm, faint cries echoed from a crumbling house on the corner, the kind of house people avoided, the kind where pain lived behind closed doors. Inside, a woman lay on the floor, her trembling arms wrapped around her 3 little girls, as her husband stormed out, cursing the heavens for giving him 3 useless daughters. Her name was Emily Grace, fragile, bruised, yet still holding her babies close with the kind of strength only a mother knows. She whispered to them through swollen lips, "Mommy's here. Mommy's not going anywhere." But deep inside, she wasn't sure how much longer she could survive. Across the street, a man named Daniel Carter sat in his truck, drenched after a long shift at the construction site. He was a single dad, raising his own son, Eli, after losing his wife in childbirth 5 years ago. His life had been hard, bills unpaid, nights cold and silent, but he had learned one thing through all his struggles: no one deserves to face pain alone. When he heard the faint cry of a child through the rain, something inside him shifted. He got out, walked toward the house, and froze when he saw the bruised woman clutching her children on the floor. For a second, Emily thought he was another threat. She shielded her daughters, whispering, "Please, don't hurt them." Daniel knelt beside her, his voice low but firm. "Ma'am, you're coming with me." She blinked, confused. "What?" He looked around the shattered room, the blood on her hands, the fear in her eyes. "You can't stay here. Pack whatever you can. You and the girls, you're coming with me." At first, Emily resisted. Years of abuse had taught her not to trust easily. But when Daniel helped her stand, gently, without judgment, something in his eyes told her he meant it. He drove them to his small home, a modest place with warm lights and the faint smell of cinnamon from the cookies Eli had tried baking earlier. The little boy peeked shyly from behind the couch as Daniel helped the girls settle. Emily felt out of place. She'd never known kindness without a price. But Daniel made sure she felt safe. "You don't owe me anything," he said simply. "I've been where you are. Just, let me help." That night, Emily cried quietly in the guest room, watching her daughter sleep peacefully for the first time in years. Days turned into weeks. Emily started healing, physically and emotionally. Daniel fixed her broken shoes, taught the girls how to ride bikes, and made them pancakes every Sunday morning. For the first time in forever, laughter returned to Emily's life. To his surprise, her office door was open. She looked fresh, professional again, as if last night had never happened. But when their eyes met, she gestured for him to come in. "Ethan," she said quietly, "thank you for last night. I owe you an apology, and probably more than that." He shook his head. "You don't owe me anything, ma'am. I just wanted to make sure you were safe." Her expression softened. "Still, I said some things I meant, even if I shouldn't have said them then. You're a good man, and a good father. I've been thinking about that a lot today." Ethan shifted awkwardly. "Just trying my best." "I know," she said. "And I also know how hard it is when you're doing it alone." He looked up, surprised. Claire continued, her voice gentler now. "My father raised me by himself. I used to think success was about being the best. But lately, I think I lost sight of what really matters." For a moment, there was silence. Two people, so different, yet both broken in quiet ways, seeing a reflection of each other. Then Claire took a breath. "Ethan, I want to make a proposal. There's a new opening in management. You've been doing the work of 3 people for months without complaint. You deserve better." His mouth fell open. "Are you serious?" She smiled. "Completely. And this isn't charity. It's recognition." Weeks passed, and Ethan's life began to change. The promotion meant he could finally afford better childcare for Lily and start saving again. More importantly, it gave him a sense of pride he hadn't felt since before his wife passed away 3 years ago. Claire, too, began changing. She started leaving the office earlier, volunteering at the children's hospital on weekends. Sometimes she'd stop by Ethan's desk just to ask about Lily. Slowly, a friendship bloomed, unexpected but deeply genuine. One Friday evening, as they both packed up, Claire said softly, "You know, that night you drove me home. I thought my world was falling apart. But maybe it was just falling into place." Ethan smiled. "Funny, I was thinking the same thing." Months later, at the company's annual gala, things looked very different. Ethan was now a confident manager, and Claire, though still his boss, felt more like a mentor and friend. When she took the stage to speak, she looked out over the crowd and said, "Sometimes, the people who change our lives the most aren't the ones above us, but the ones beside us, who show us grace when we least deserve it." Her eyes met Ethan's across the room. And in that moment, everyone clapped, unaware of the quiet story between them, the night a single dad drove his drunk boss home and reminded her, and maybe himself, what kindness truly means. Because sometimes, the smallest act of decency can rewrite two broken lives.